Well, consumers are either getting used to this conflict in the Middle East or they are cheering the ceasefire that we've had. It is Tuesday, April the 28th, and this is Markets with Megan. If you like this podcast, you can subscribe, hit the alarm bell, share it with your friends, family, colleagues, anybody who wants to dig into the economic data that comes in the news headlines every day and how it impacts the markets. Well, this morning we received the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index, and this is for the month of April. Last week, we came to you with a near record low University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index, but the Conference Board is telling a little bit of a different story. We actually saw consumer confidence and its components come in better than was expected. We saw them rise from the prior month, but the biggest increase was in the sentiment on the expectations for the economy, specifically the labor market. So let's dig into some of the details. We saw that those viewing jobs that are plentiful, and you subtract out those that think there's jobs hard to get, those thinking that there's more plentiful jobs rose the most that we've seen this year. So again, optimism there on the labor market. Could it be because we've seen a slowdown in some of the layoffs that Challenger has been reporting? We also saw that the expectation for business conditions in the next month, they were higher. They're the highest that we've seen since October of 2025. And we like to look at some of the indicators in this index as far as consumers thinking they're going to purchase big ticket items. You tend to see that consumers will be optimistic about buying those big ticket items if they're optimistic about their job prospects. So we did see the optimism around jobs filter into these indicators. When you look at those that are looking to buy a new automobile over the next 6 months, that jumped. You also saw those that are looking to buy a home rise to the highest level that we've seen this year. And then when you look at those expecting their income to increase versus those expecting their income to decrease over the next 6 months, that jumped pretty big as well to the highest we've seen since October of last year. So consumers are cheering the fact that, does this coincide with the Middle East having a semi-ceasefire right now? Maybe some cooling in the oil prices. It's a different story today, but when you go back and look at the rest of the month, we did, peak in oil above $100 a barrel and settled in here just shy of $100 a barrel. We don't know if this will translate into further spending. Again, we got a mixed report last week from consumer confidence, but we will be looking to see if it does, this optimism spills into spending for the month of April. Remember, it's the first month we'll get of the second quarter data. That's all we have today. If you want a history of our podcast, you can go to marketswithmegan.fm. Thank you.